Hello, Beans. Me and my squeaky chair, back at it. That was a hello. What stops most of us from pursuing our dreams? Besides the reasonable, fear of what people are gonna think, which we've talked about and will continue talking about. That's something that takes time. You're always gonna care what your community and your friends think. Like, you're gonna care to a certain extent. You can care and still be aware of yourself and honor yourself at the same time. For me, it's just so overwhelming, like the sheer volume of learning and growing there is to do. It seems like so much that there's no way one person can do it all in a lifetime. And so that's where a lot of us hit that, that's a lot. It seems like there is so much, especially when it comes to improving yourself, that comes with a level of admitting that there are places you could do better, things you could focus on a little more, things that you need to make more of a priority, things that you need to be more aware of. We all have things we're working on. Once we accept that we're not perfect, that's okay. No human is perfect. There is no one above you. There is no one below you. We are all learning. Some of us learn faster than others, but yeah, we all get to that point where it just seems like too much, or we don't want to take that accountability, and so we're like, I'm just overwhelmed. I just can't. It seems like there's too much. How am I supposed to fix myself in all these ways? I didn't even realize there were this many things wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with you. Wording is everything. It's just stuff to work on. We all have it. At least you've noticed it and you're taking steps to fix it. I'm proud of you. That's a big thing. A lot of people can't do that. So if you've accepted that there is, work still to be done, which is fine, good for you. That's hard in itself. Not even to mention the sheer amount of mental work that you feel like you're gonna have to put in after that. And you do have to put in that mental work, but I promise it's worth it. I've learned that most of the magic and learning happen automatically. You just kind of have to give it a little nudge. You have to give your brain and your psyche a nudge and tell it hey, we're switching it up. I don't want to feel like this anymore. We're gonna switch it, and we're gonna start with this little thing. I'm gonna give you some of the little things that I did to kind of start a journey to a happier life, and how doing these things has slowly helped me manifest the beautiful life that I have now, and helped me romanticize my life in a lot of ways. Yeah, let's get into it. Here are some small changes that actually led to some really big magic in my life. I want to start with the unexpected one. The first small change that I made that led to much bigger changes than I expected was saying good morning and good night to my house. Yes, I mean that very literally. I talked last week about how witchcraft and paganism really helped to lead me where I am in my spiritual journey today. And hearth witches, they do most of their work within their home, so their home is sacred. And I'm a bit of a homebody myself, to a lot of hearth witch practices. One of them I saw was say good morning, good night to your house, because everything carries energy, right? So the house is, it's carrying your energy, and it has energy of its own. It's not alive, obviously, but it carries energy. Energy reacts to each other, there's always a flow. Treat your house as a being with energy, as a thing with energy that can react to yours. Started doing that. I'd wake up in the morning, get up and just wake yourself up first, obviously. As I go through the house and I turn on the lights and I make my coffee, I'm like, good morning, house. Thank you for keeping me safe last night. And then, at night, one of my little rituals is I like to clean everything up. When you wake up to a clean house, it's so much easier to go about your day. You don't wake up and immediately think oh, I've got all these chores. you start noticing things like that when you're saying good morning and good night to your house. At night, I clean up and everything, and then I'll slowly make my way from room to room and like turn off lights, lock doors, check windows, all that good stuff. They'll say, good night, house. Let's rest. How did that lead to bigger changes? One, it helped me establish a gratefulness practice. I said I wake up every morning and I'm like, good morning, house. Like, thank you for keeping me safe. Like, thank you for keeping me warm or keeping me cool, or, you know, just being a place where I can sleep and not have to worry about. A home is something, especially in these times. There are people in Gaza, many people in Gaza with no homes, nowhere to sleep, no hospitals, no roofs. So yeah, being grateful for your house starts a whole gratefulness practice, because once you're grateful for your house, which is one of our most privileged people see them as like a basic amenity. So if you wake up and you're grateful for your house, it starts you thinking about the other things you're grateful for the day. If you start your day with gratefulness, if you start your day greeting the world around you, the energy around you, and being grateful for, you know, still being there, that sets the tone for your day. It really does. Even on a day when you're having a bad day, I'll wake up sometimes and I'm like, good morning, house. Thanks for keeping me safe. I feel poopy today. I mean, your house, in a sense, becomes like a confidant. I've definitely been more grateful. I feel very at home in my homes, even if I rent. I don't own my house, but it feels like mine because I talk to it every day. It's used to my energy. I've, you know, slowly made my impact here. And so now this is, it's like, hey, like, I'm so glad to have you while I have you. And it's really nice. It's nice to also just feel connected to the things around you, even if they're not alive. Why does everything have to be alive? Sometimes it's more fun when they're not. Saying good morning and good night to your house. It helps you set up a gratefulness practice. It helps you be aware of your space and of the things that you have. I also like to say hi to trees. The second small change that I made that led to like huge changes is one that I've mentioned before. It's doing yoga. I'm not a fitness gal. I'm just not. I like to walk. I've always enjoyed walking. It's stress relief. It gives me a minute to just kind of like have my thoughts and like go about my day and enjoy my surroundings. I love a good walk. Played soccer for 8 years. I loved soccer. I hate running though. I say all the time, if I'm running, something's chasing me. I don't enjoy running. I don't enjoy working out. Just don't. It's just not for me. For some people it is. That's fine. What I'm trying to get to is that like, because I like hated working out, and like I dealt with an eating disorder in my life, like lots of really confusing things. It was really hard for me to like be healthy. I never was like healthy. I was never conscious of my body and what it needed. I wasn't really taught to be that. I was taught it was like a meat suit and it's full of sin actually. And like, don't listen to anything it says. Kind of bizarre to think about. I started doing yoga when I was like 19, 18. I had a friend that taught a class and I was like, this is amazing. This is wonderful. Our friendship drifted. I stopped going to the class. Kind of fell off for a little while and I started doing it again a year later, just trying to teach myself on YouTube and stuff. It wasn't a consistent practice at first. Like it wasn't every day. It's still not every day. That's not necessarily the point. When I started doing yoga, I did there's a big focus on paying attention to your body, listening to it, like listening to yourself breathe as you move. That level of awareness I had not experienced until yoga. Doing yoga not only led me to now having a semi-consistent practice, like make sure I do it like 2 or 3 times a week at least, just so I can, because I can feel now when I don't. I feel myself get tired. I feel myself get sore. And it's because yoga taught me to be aware of those things. It taught me to be aware of all that soreness, to be aware of my breath. And that led me to being at a point now where I appreciate my body. I did naked yoga for a while, like in the mornings, just by myself in my bedroom. That helped me so much with my body image because I think yoga is beautiful. I think the poses are beautiful. I think, you know, doing them feels beautiful. And so it really helped me just be like, look at the beautiful things my body can do. Like, who cares if there's like extra stuff on it or like stuff other people don't have? Who cares? Look at what it can do. And it feels so good. Amazing. So it's helped my body image, which has lifted my confidence, which has got me here, like literally making videos for YouTube. I would have not had the confidence to do this, I don't think, if I'd ever started doing yoga, because yoga is what led to all of that. Even if it wasn't like directly, yoga's also helped me with my meditation practice because I have ADHD. It's not easy for me to sit still for long periods of time. Like, just scientifically, that's very hard for me. I use yoga as a meditation. Yin yoga is essentially meditation. The focus is on the breath and on releasing tension in your body and your muscles, stretching out muscles that don't always get lots of stretches. If meditation's been hard for you up to this point, I highly recommend some yin yoga. There's an app that I will link that I use and I love them. It's called Down Dog. They have a Pilates app, they have a yoga app, meditation app, a bar app. They're amazing. This is not like an ad. I just love them. Really good for beginners. Doing yoga built my confidence. It helped me get in touch with my breath and my brain and my thoughts and how all of those things work together. Even if doing yoga may not be the thing for you, finding a workout that does feel good to your body. Maybe it is just like taking a walk every day, so you can have time to yourself and think about how you feel. It's just starting the little things and having no idea that they'll lead to bigger things later. As long as you're giving yourself a chance, just start small. We've talked about this with the doing hard things. Start small. That's fine. That's more than fine. Do 5 minutes of yoga in the morning. Download this little app I'm telling you about. I think it's even got a free trial. I could be wrong. It's not expensive, regardless. You can set it to 5 minutes. 5 minutes of yoga in the morning, you're done. You're stretched out, you feel like you've done something kind for yourself. When your brain and your psyche starts realizing that you're being nice to you, it's all over. It's all over, friend. Your dreams are gonna come true. All this shit, it'll start packing. You're telling it, that's not okay. We're not treating ourselves like that anymore. The last one isn't necessarily like a specific thing, like, saying good morning, good night to your house. It's a bit more vague. Hear me out. I let myself be a learner. Does it sound silly? It might. It seems very simple, but it's harder than you think. I like to be the best. I know how that sounds, okay? At least I'm aware that it's a thought and that I am not the best. But hello. As I said, we're people. We all got problems. There's no shame. I just, as a person, even outside of that, I don't like to be bad at things. I was a gifted child. So when things are difficult for me, I automatically am like, what? If I don't get it right the first time, it throws me off. It's because of that. I've got the gifted kid syndrome. I know I'm not alone here. So hello, fellow gifted kid syndromes. This shit sucks. Yeah, for a long time, I was like, no, I have to be the best. Like, if I mess up, then I just suck at it. And that's that. Like, I'm just not meant to be doing it. I was going into all of these situations, all these things, thinking I had to be an expert right away. Like, I could only be learning for like 3 days, and then I expected myself to know. Once I realized that I was even doing it, because I didn't realize that I was doing that and that it wasn't good for my brain. I was like, okay, I can't be an expert at everything. I shouldn't be an expert at everything. If you try to be an expert at everything, you're not going to be an expert at anything. But at this point, I've kind of just let go of being an expert. In this human experience, there's no finish line besides death. And that's still not a finish line. There's nothing you're gonna hit ever and feel like, yes, I'm done. And if you do feel done within a week, you're gonna feel like there's something else you need to accomplish, which is fine as long as we realize that that's what it is. You know, that's life. Our life is constantly growing. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly learning. Why would we live such long lives if there weren't more things to learn and experience throughout them over time? So I started letting myself be a learner. I started letting myself be new. I stopped feeling like I had to know everything about a topic and instead just be like, oh, you know, like I just started learning about it, but I have learned this and this, and I find this interesting. Like I just started painting, so I'm not like Leonardo da Vinci or anything, but I really like my paintings for using the supplies I have and having no formal training up till now. Giving yourself credit where it's due for at least trying to learn this new thing. Like you gave that a shot, good on you. If you didn't enjoy it, even if it didn't turn out perfect, you enjoyed it. And that's what to remember. The thing doesn't have to be perfect. The experience should be enjoyable. Letting myself be a learner, like especially just with like painting and tarot. Those are the things that it started with. When I first started tarot, I beat myself up so hard for not having everything memorized within 6 months. Like I've been practicing tarot for 5 years, and I still have to look at my little book of meanings sometimes. Like sometimes it doesn't automatically come to me. I don't always know. At the time I was making myself not like tarot anymore because I was beating myself up for not having everything memorized. Made it not fun. Same thing with painting. I was like, well, I don't know everything like these people, and my art's not as good as their art. And like, well, girl, they've been practicing for years. These people, they've probably been doing it for a long time, and they may have put more work into it than you. Of course, you just started. You're not gonna be amazing. If you are, that's fabulous, but that doesn't happen majority of the time. That's a very hard thing for me to accept. So I let myself be a learner. I let myself try new things and not beat myself up for it. And doing that is what led to me finding myself. Because up to that point, I'd done what I was told. I did what I was I knew I was good at, and I didn't do anything that I wasn't perfect at. It kept me from doing a lot of things I wanted to do. If I want to do it, why am I not doing it? Just because I'm not perfect? Well, how silly. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. If you ask the greatest artist on earth if they think they're perfect, actually, I don't know, at this day and age, they may say yes. Which, like, good for them, I guess. But no one's perfect. No one is. We're all learning. I just realized I said that at the beginning. How funny. We've made a circle. I love that. Like, letting myself be a learner really helped me. It helped me find myself because I actually was letting myself do the things that I wanted to do and found joy in doing those things and saw that that joy was so much more important to me than whatever the final product of the thing was. Joy is what we're chasing. That good feeling that comes with doing something that just makes you happy for no other reason then like it just does. You do it because it makes you happy. There's nothing more pure or more good for your soul than that. Find yourself, because you'll find new hobbies, you'll find new music, you'll find new jobs, because you're not shutting doors for yourself automatically because you're not going to be fantastic, you know? It helped me realize that we're all learning. It's not just me. I'm not the only person in the world that feels this way and that feels this pressure to be the best. We all feel that pressure and we all fall short, and we're together in that. We're together in that failure and that learning. That's where connection is. It's where you get together and you're like, well, I did it this way and it didn't work. Well, I did it this way and it didn't work. Well, I like that. And then you switch ideas and then we help each other grow. And beautiful thing. Let yourself be a learner. You don't have to be a master in every subject. You don't have to know everything. You can say, oh, I didn't know that. Like, I'm still learning. That's okay. It's okay to say that. Y'all ain't gotta jump down each other's throats. We can have a conversation. It's okay to not be the smartest fucking person in the room. Matter of fact, you'll probably have more friends if you're not the smartest person in the room. People are intimidated by smart people. Also, some smart people are mean. If you think you're the smartest person in the room, you're probably being mean to someone. To someone. Keep that in mind. No one's above you. No one's below you. We are all learning. We're all here. We're all doing our best. We're all still on this planet. Ain't a soul can judge, not one soul can judge another soul on this planet. Not really. You can disagree, you can dislike, but no one can judge. We've all made mistakes. We've all messed up. We've all failed. And we're all still here. The failure doesn't matter. It's what you do after that. It's how you change it. The mistake doesn't matter. It's what you do with what you've learned. Those are my small changes, big magic. I really hope that this helped. I hope that it inspired you to come up with some small changes. Try saying good morning to your house, just because honestly, it's kind of fun and kooky. Let yourself learn something new. Start learning a new language. If you like drawing, even if you don't think you're good at it, if you like it, who cares if you're good at it? Guarantee you someone will think you're good at it if you love it. If you love doing it, someone is going to love seeing it. And you never know if you don't try. I love you beans so very much. I hope you have a happy Halloween, a happy first week of November. Make sure you're staying aware to what's going on around you. Continue sending your prayers and love to Gaza. Continue sending love and prayers to Israel, just in a different way. Pray for them to find love. Pray for the US government to find love. Send love to your Jewish friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. I love you so much. See you next week.